The Darkness 2 picks up 2 years after the events of the first game, and Darkness 1 was really about Jackie, who was a mob hitman. On his 21st birthday, he got the powers of the Darkness, and at the same time he had a fallout with the mob. And that fallout led to them killing Jenny, who he loved, and so he used the Darkness on a path of revenge. So we're picking up 2 years later. Jackie's been suppressing the Darkness for that amount of time, but suddenly a crippled man attacked him and said he could take the Darkness from him. So today we revealed that actually the crippled man's name was Victor Volante. He's the leader of an ancient organization called the Brotherhood, and they have the ways and means to take the Darkness from him, and they know how to use light against Jackie, who can only be powerful really in the dark. So that's kind of the setup. Whenever I start talking about the differences in the game, I guess I want to start off by saying what's the same. And one of the biggest things that's the same, we love the narrative focus of the first game. The writer on the first game was Paul Jenkins. He's the writer on our game as well. And so we really love the narrative and the story. We're trying to have that same type of emotional impact. In terms of the changes, I mean, graphic noir, our art style is probably one of the biggest noticeable ones. And what we did is, you know, it's based on a comic book. So we took the comic books, we're pouring through those pages, we love what we see, and we said, you know, how do we make that come to life in a video game? And so that's what we've tried to do with graphic noir. In terms of gameplay, in the first game, I mean, you had to really switch around your powers. You know, like, oh, I want to do, you know, I want to cast Black Hole here, or I want to use the Demon Arm to grab something here. What we really wanted to do is make it so that it's always at your fingertips. You know, if you're the Darkness, if you control the Darkness, then you should be able to do everything instantly, not have to wait. So we kind of brought a bigger action focus to the game.
Dead focus.
In terms of a hub, I guess is what the subway was in the first game, we absolutely have that in Darkness 2. Now the only difference is Jackie is now the Dawn, where he was kind of a low-level hitman in the first game. So a low-level hitman has to ride around in the subway. Jackie's the Dawn, so he's got other ways and means of getting around the city. We haven't really shown all that yet, but it's coming, and definitely. We have a dialogue system in the game. You can go and talk to characters, returning characters like Aunt Sarah, Jimmy the Grape. You can go have conversations with those guys and really kind of get a feeling for the world. In terms of voice actors, all we've announced so far is Mike Patton, voice of the Darkness in the first game, is the voice in our game. We still haven't announced all the other actors for the game, because obviously this is a game that has a big cast. So yeah. One of the things we did is we looked at the first game and we saw the Darklings as a set of gameplay tools that you kind of commanded when you needed to do things. They didn't really have a personality other than they were kind of funny. What we wanted to do with the Darkling was to make it a sidekick character, someone that you'd get to know and care about and would have its own narrative story. So the Darkling that you see in Darkness 2 is a single Darkling. He's one character that you get to know throughout the game, and he's got really critical parts in the story that he has to do in order to kind of save Jackie's ass. So, I mean, he's a great character, and you'll see more of him later. Darkness 2 is coming out for Xbox 360, PS3, and the PC. First week of October this year.
Jackie!